This is an anniversary beer, and it's got some serious beef to it. Michael, I'm going to leave it to you. Can you tell us about this beer? I believe this is something very special that we got up at the tap room when I was there a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, so it's a Belgian style Tripel. Every year we'll brew something special or unique for the 9th anniversary or any anniversary. And once it's done, that's the last you'll ever see of that beer. So we'll run 754 packs, and when they're gone, they're gone.
Wow. I feel lucky to have this right now. I feel very like we got away with something when you dragged me unmercifully. It was against my will completely into this refrigerated area at the brewery, and you said you must take beer.
Yeah, on a hot day, I had to drag you into our refrigerated walk-in cooler to browse and take a case home. It was definitely torture.
Yeah, browse more like, you remember those old game shows where they did like the supermarket sweep? They'd run through and like start throwing a bunch of stuff in the cart. That's more what it looked like. But browse, okay, I appreciate you selling it that way.
we're keeping it highbrow until you're halfway through that beer, and then it's okay. All bets are off.
Okay, good then. 10-4, then take over, Rob. I'm going in.
I love it. It's actually not a kind of a beer that we typically drink either. So I'm excited about digging into it and seeing how it compares to what we normally do, because we are big Tower Station fans. And I guess we'll start right there, Michael, if you don't mind. I mean, you guys have created this IPA, Tower Station IPA, which, if I'm not mistaken, is the most popular IPA in the state of Arizona. Walk us back to the beginning of it. I know it came out in 2015, so within 6 years at working on 7, it's a massive imprint for you guys.
So Tower was a fun thing. We were in transition from our first head brewer to our production manager back in 2015. We had never tackled an IPA. Quite honestly, I was scared to. There were so many good IPAs in the market. I didn't think we could pull it off, honestly. And then Campbell Morrissey came in, took over our brewing operations. And at the time, Alyssa and I said, okay, I think we're ready to try. Prior to this, we had an extra pale ale because we had wanted, remember when Odell's had that beautiful extra pale ale? St. Lupulin. God, that was a good beer. And we wanted a beer that was delicious like that would, top to bottom had that beautiful hop flavor and aroma. The problem with our version, which we called White Walls, is it wasn't very stable. The hops just diminished very quickly. And so once Campbell got there with the team, we said, here's what we want. We want it to be half Pilsner, half 2-row, and feature Citra hops. Like it to be about 6.5% ABV. And we said, go for it. And the team took their first stab. We tasted internally. And then one of the fun things that Campbell set up was every Sunday we did a tasting charrette. So we would invite guests in and say, would you like a 10-ounce sample and fill out this card? And so we were running these on the 3-barrel pilot system back then. And every 2 weeks, you would have a tasting charrette on Sunday. And we'd get all these notes. Did you like 1? Did you like 2? Which was better? 2 versus 3, and so on and so forth. And then on the Mondays, we'd review the data, and the brew team and myself and Alyssa would then taste the beer, and we would go from there. And after 6 renditions, we came to a beer that we really liked. It was beating the stress test. The hops were staying there. We felt we had a winner. And so we brewed it that 7th time, and that became Tower Station. Prior to this, though, when we first started the brewery, I had flown out to Pennsylvania, rented a Penske truck, and brought back a bright tank and a filter. And once I hit St. Louis, I took Route 66 all the way back. So I stopped, of course, in Shamrock, Texas, at the Tower Station there. And I knew some point, this was back in summer of 11, that we would use that name for a beer. And it just happened to be this one. So it worked out really well.